What's up, guys? You know what it is, Curry Ninja MMA. Hit that like and sub if you've not already. Sorry I have not been so consistent with the uploads. I mean, we had that crazy bang of a card last weekend, but yeah, here we go MMA on Instagram. Have me set with a nice bet. So I mean, it was a really great night. That's not here or there. I was gonna get more stuff out, but I was more active on Instagram. Just fumbling, so been busy, guys. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just get into this card. I got chalky parlay here. It's super chalky. I just think it's worth maybe, sprinkle on this, put a couple units on it. Like, let's just break it down. We got Hooper versus Garcia here. Now, minus 240 for Hooper. I mean, I don't like seeing minus 240 for someone like Hooper, really. I mean, that's just like super steam. But, I mean, so you got plus 200 for Garcia. Garcia, it's kind of weird because like listed as 155, but you've also seen him listed as, excuse me, a bantamweight at 135. 6 foot tall, and Hooper's 6'1", so they're kind of long, lanky kind of guys, for the division, of course. Right here, actually, Garcia's got a 1 inch reach. He's got 75 as opposed to Hooper 74. And of course he wants to get this, keep it on the feet. I mean, Hooper, he's primarily a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. Obviously, that's just his bread and butter. That's his the only strong. That's his elite skill set that he has on the feet. He's not really looking good, but I mean, he's been getting better. Being so young, you're gonna improve, and he's kind of been just like getting all this experience in the UFC. Starting off like that instead of going in the regional scene for so long and then coming here. Like, he started so young. Being so young in the UFC. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna develop. You're gonna get stronger. You're gonna start to grow into your frame, and I feel like he needs to really kind of use his BJJ to try to sub this, try to become dominant, because he's not the best wrestler. Obviously, with the BJJ, you don't really have that really offensive wrestling to go with it. You kind of gonna pull guard and all that. But if you can get that little body leg triangle in or something, he's got to try to keep it on the ground and land some ground and pound. Go for some subs, right? But if you're in your guard and you go for a sub, it doesn't land. I mean, you'll be losing on the ground if it goes decision. But yeah, I mean, Hooper, I think is, if you want to, that's just start off. That's the first leg of the parlay. Super chalky. Not good. Garcia, hey, I get it. Maybe, he's plus 200. I get why you want to take the underdog. You think there's value because, look, at those odds, I mean, he should, Hooper's just hard to trust at being such a big favorite. But going for value, it's a weird thing because you want to go for value at the same time. You got to kind of look at who you actually think is going to win. And Garcia, maybe he's going to make Hooper look silly for being minus 240. Maybe he'll stand on the feet. I think Hooper will. He's got a good chin. He's got decent cardio to keep up with. He's young. And I think as long as it stays on the feet, it's just not good. Like, what, Garcia's 30 years old. Hooper's 24. I think he just turned 24 or something. Yeah. So like I said, he's going to get better and better. I feel like what he needs to do is just use the striking, just kind of disguise his takedowns. I mean, not really taking down, but try to get to the ground, right? He just kind of wants to work it in there and try to close the distance, right? Trip him up, get to the ground, land that ground and pound, go for subs. I mean, I think, even if it goes decision, maybe because of that ground time, he could. But like I said, really, super chalky, it's a sweaty bet. But I think, for the first leg, all right, let's get Hooper in there. And then right after that, we'll see if that goes or not, because then we got Holmes versus Park, the Iron Turtle over here versus Ugly Man. Another battle of the strange nicknames. Now, Park, minus 240. Holmes, plus 200. It's so interesting because it's exactly same as the last odds right here, right? Oh, man, both Park and Hooper are minus 240. And the thing with Park, I mean, obviously, if you look on paper, Park, by decision, seems to play to go. But, I mean, Holmes is good. He's got subs of his own, 6 subs, I think. Yeah. He's going to be much taller, too. My goodness, 6'4" versus 5'10". Like, Park's more kind of a blown-up welterweight. He's not, the biggest, middleweight. And Holmes is, a legit middleweight, and he's big, for the frame. I mean, as far as frame-wise, long, skinny. I think Holmes' striking is good. The thing is, though, I think Park, a lot more experience. He's durable. He lives up to his nickname, the Iron Turtle. I mean, even against RoboCop, Rodriguez, right, Jack Obama, he was winning that until he wasn't, right? I mean, look, but I don't want to use MMA math, but, if Rodriguez fought Holmes, right, if you see Rodriguez versus Holmes, Rodriguez is going to win, right? And Park was winning that, It's just, he got that power. He ate it, and he just, I think what Park should do is try to make this, do what he does best, use that pressure and make it an all-around MMA fight, right? You have the nice striking, nice output, right? I mean, significant strikes, 5.14 versus, Holmes is only at 3.31. When Holmes was fighting Jamie Pickett, I don't want to be all over the place here, but when Holmes was fighting Jamie Pickett, he won it because, just using that, it's a really back and forth, they're both kind of lying on the feet, a lot of clinch work, right? I mean, that long frame means it's kind of difficult to take down. And he went it that way. So, I mean, I think Holmes would be kind of smart to do the same. But I think if it goes decision, which there's a good chance it does, I do find, I think Park is going to be the winning that. But like I said, I mean, Holmes tall, he's rangy, he's got some power, he's got sub skills of his own. But I feel like over 1.5, actually, you can either have that as a parlay leg over 1.5 just because I feel like, Park's durable enough and he's not really, I don't really see him necessarily KOing or subbing Holmes. Holmes has good submission skills of his own, so he should at least be able to ward it off. And Park's got no neck, so I don't see Holmes going to catch that. Maybe catch an arm bar or something, maybe a leg lock, but I don't see that happening. So I think over 1.5 is a good parlay leg, or just straight up Park, money line. And it's kind of weird because you kind of, maybe part of you wants to kind of hedge with that, but that's kind of weird, just a 2-leg parlay hedge like that. I don't know about that, guys. I just don't know. I think because I'm thinking of a third parlay leg here, which would be the Jacoby versus Roundtree Jr. fight. I'm thinking, again, of course, chalky Jacoby. But minus 160, at least it's not so chalky. I mean, it's good. And I've been high on Jacoby. I mean, I've called his fights correctly in the past. Roundtree, of course, is a powerful dude. And, he's got that. It's kind of weird because Roundtree, the thing is, it's his mentality. That's the thing. He's talked about that, right? Dealing with mental issues. And it's kind of tough, the fighter going through that. I appreciate the being so candid about it. And, but the thing is, you kind of see in performances, he'll have an off performance. He's on a 2-fight win streak, but you just always wonder about his mentality. He's got power. The striking's come together. If he was smart, if he could try to actually work in, the same advice as Park, I believe, trying to do that, make it an MMA fight. Don't make it just a kickboxing match, right? Especially when your opponent could have some power or have something against you. In Park's case, of course, Holmes is going to be a much longer, taller guy, right? I mean, 80 and reach him. Anyway, but going back to Jacoby versus Roundtree Jr. here now. Jacoby, I've liked him on these, the kickboxing is good. And even when he blew his knees, he had an issue with his knees. He showed the boxing could still hold up, It's a big weapon of his. He likes to mix in the kicks with the punches. And even when he's compromised, the punches held together. He's tough. Good cardio, durability. But Roundtree, like I said, he can crack. So I think Roundtree's best bet is to make it, like I said, MMA match. Do not try to kickbox a kickboxer. But I do feel like I'm kind of high on Jacoby. I think he should get it done. I mean, minus 160, I like those odds. It's not bad, actually, at all. I was actually surprising, he wasn't more of a favorite. I guess people because Roundtree's on a little bit of a win streak, and he's got power and everything. But Jacoby, like I said, it's a striker versus striker. But, he's got a good takedown defense of his own, so I don't think Roundtree's necessarily going to get it to the ground. So it playing on the feet, Roundtree's got that, that power to the ability to shut his lights out. But I mean, Jacoby, it's not like he's pillow fist or anything. He can, he's got the kick. He's, formerly a kickboxer. He has some pops in his shots. He'll land it there. So, I do think Jacoby's there. And the good thing, if you are in this sense, if you actually think, all right, cool, the chalky chalk, that's good. Hooper does it his line suggests he will, and Park does it with his nice experience. His line suggests he should be able to. Then you think, okay, this last one here, Jacoby versus Roundtree. Oh my God, you know what? Why not? You know what I mean? Because let's look at the odds here. If you have now, so those three together, right? Those three, because you got two minus 240s and then one minus 160 in Jacoby. So altogether, those three money line would be what? Plus 226, right? So let's say you bet 2 units on that, and then okay, everything's going well. Hooper gets it done, right? Iron Turtle gets it done, and you think, okay, damn, is Roundtree gonna steal this from me? Well, if you want to hedge, of course, you get the parlay calculator. I mean, Mr. Roundtree there himself is a plus 135, right? Yeah, plus 135. So if that is the case, then you just hedge accordingly. Right, hedge accordingly. That means you're going to put 2.7 units on it. If you initially bet 2 units on this 3-leg parlay with odds of 126, plus 226, nice odds there, then go ahead. And then at the end, if you want to, you think, oh God, maybe Jacoby could cost this for me. You could live bet it. But I mean, even if you just do a preemptive hedge right before you think I want guaranteed profit, okay, fine. Just put a bet on Roundtree money line plus 135. Just put 2.7 units on that. So that means, so that's of course total payout should be 6.5 units. So your hedge profit is, 1.7, 1.8 units. Now, of course, like I said, that's just guaranteed. If you want to just let it ride, that's great. You think, why hedge with Roundtree? I'm just saying, you never know. he's shown some good striking himself. And, of course, went out to Thailand and, he looked pretty good. But we'll see if his mental state is legit and he actually sits on his punches and he could hurt Jacoby. That's what you're worried about. You can hedge. If not, just let it ride, and get that nice, plus 226 money, man. But anyway, that's what I gotta say. Sorry for the long-winded rant over here, but I'm just trying to get all this stuff out. And, good luck to your bets, all that good stuff, guys. If you liked what I gave you here, go ahead and lay it down in the comments. If you didn't like what I gave you, and tell me why in the comments. And just, good luck. Enjoy the bets. Enjoy the fights.